Okay, everybody see, this is after I've cleaned up the, what do you call it? The census tract data, just the table, I mean, that we downloaded and cleaned up in those videos. I think you got that far, right?
Yes, I'm this far. I actually joined it, but everything comes up null. None of this stuff transferred.
Okay, so the only reasons it would be null is if it doesn't see it as a match. And the only reasons it wouldn't see it as a match is if there are some funky, like maybe a space at the end of the number or something, or that if I hover my cursor over the column, it'll show what type it is. In this case, it's text, right?
Yeah.
And so, and I can compare that with my actual census tract column that I'm trying to join to, and that would be this GOID, and it's also text. So when I join them together, they should, the types have to match, not only the numbers, right? Okay. So that would be the first thing to check anyway.
Well, all the numbers do match. I didn't see if the text matched.
Okay. So yeah, just go ahead and hover over that and see what it says.
Okay, I'm trying, but all I see is your screen.
Okay.
Exit full screen. Okay, I got it now.
Okay.
No. Default. So we're looking at the type, right?
Right.
So that one says double.
Okay, that means it's numeric, right? It sees it as a number rather than text.
And that one says it is text. Okay, so I got to go through and make the type text for what I implemented.
Yeah. And really the only way to do that is to make a new field, right? So you add a field and then just calculate that field to be equal to, and then make it text, right? When you add that field, we go to add field here, you get the fields tab open, and just make sure whatever you name it, like GOID2 or something, that you would
make sure it a text.
Yeah. And then you know, I might not make it 255 is you know, kind of big, so I would make it, you know, 10. Well, you got to make it at least 11 characters, but if you make it 12 or 15 or something, that just gives it room.
Let's see here.
Not that you have to do that, but
text. Okay, so after I add that new field, then I just.
So you save it, right? You have to save it up at the top there.
Oh, up here at the top of my.
Right.
Okay, I see where you're at.
Okay, then you can close that tab, go back to your table, and you should see that field in the table.
Let me see. Save. It's thinking.
Okay. So Kiona, how are you doing?
Good. I was looking. I did all the assignments through the Esri or whatever it's called. And then I was looking at the chapter 7 assignment, and I guess I just don't know how to get started. And like, can we do whatever we want? Like, is this when it's supposed to be a thematic map? So could that be anything like as far as rates, like death rates or like poverty rates or anything like that across a certain area? Or does it have to be something more specific?
Yeah, I think that's fine. The general idea here is just gather some data, kind of like what we did with this chapter 6 census map anyway, is find some data outside of the normal, the national map or whatever in the census, and go find some other stuff that you can map, whether it be with a table or just some other data and stuff that you can get. So, and that's what that chapter is about, is accessing and managing files and things like that. So there's different file types and things. And so, yeah, find something that interests you and make a good map out of it, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of, and sorry for the, for the ambiguity there. It's just meant to be open-ended, so you can find something that interests you rather than something that's more dictated.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Good. Yeah.
I put in GID 2, but it didn't transfer those numbers.
Oh, okay. Well, do you mind sharing your screen?
No, not at all.
Okay. So give you that option, right? Or I don't know what it looks like on your.
I think it does. Video rename, no. Let's see, share screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, here, I'll stop. Okay, now can you do it?
Let's see. No, it still says you have disabled it.
Oh, let's see. Well, I don't see how. Oh, here we go. That's about all I have. Can you now?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. All right.
Yeah, I had trouble with the census, and this was the only one I could go when I was exploring. That Montana was the only one I could work with.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it always came up a blank screen when I was going to get the Excel stuff. So this one worked.
Huh. All right. Well, okay. So this is the, okay. So yeah, let's go to see the two tabs there. You have your, the shapefile, the tract data there. And then you see where it says fields.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where you added the field? Where's the table that you, and I see that you saved it. Go ahead and close that one.
The Montana Excel, or just this
no,
one?
Yeah, the fields, yeah, tab.
Okay.
Okay, so what we need to do next is what we should do is import the Excel table into your geodatabase. This way we can edit it. We can add another. See, we want to add that field that you just added. We want to do that to the table so it'll match the GeoID in this table that we're looking at right now. See where it says GeoID? That's actually a text field, I believe. Yeah. This is text. So we want the Excel table well, the only way to really make it text reliably is, yeah, in your catalog, go to your geo database and import. Now, I assume you've already saved your Excel file as a CSV file.
Yes, it's a .csv format.
Okay, so we have this geo ID over here on the left, but when you make it a CSV file, it's just going to see it as a number. So that's why we import it into the geo database. So let's go ahead and, since we've already done that, you can close this. It looks like it's going to work, right? Everything's cleaned up for it. So yeah, on
Import log.
no, the one below it, the chapter 4 GDB.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just right click on it and import and table.
All right.
Okay.
So
yeah, the table's not in the map, so you got to just browse for it.
browse.
And wherever it's saved, right?
I think it's in documents. So this Montana.csv.
Looks like it.
Okay. Do I need to give it an output name?
You could name it the same thing. You do need to name it something, but yeah.
Whoa, I had caps lock on.
Okay.
Meal time. Jeez.
There we go. All right. That should do it.
The type is a double.
Right. And there's not a way to yeah, you don't have any real choices right now. So you just run it. And then it should add it to the map for you. And then we'll go ahead and open it in the map.
Table complete.
And there it is on the table contents to your left there. And some more. Yeah, let's open that up. Okay.
And this is where you add the field.
Yeah, but the problem is it sees it as a double, right? Yeah, right. Go ahead and add the field. Sorry. Do the same thing we just did before, just GeoID 2 or something.
X.
Yeah, let's make that 255 like a 15 or something.
A 15?
Yeah,
it's like character count, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's save that.
Okay.
Okay, now you can close that tab. Okay, now off to the right. After all that, yeah, it's probably at the end. Yep. And we're going to calculate that field, right?
So, yes, that's right. How do you calculate?
You could just right click on that right there and calculate field. Okay. Yeah, all that's good. So yeah, just double click that the GeoID. So you're going to make GeoID 2 column equal to the GeoID column.
GeoID, okay.
And that should run it, and then it'll just kind of force it to be text. Let's see how that works.
Field completed.
There we go.
All right. So now it's reading the same as that GID over here.
Yeah, but it's text now.
Okay.
So we should be able to join them, this table now, to the tract table.
Okay. And where is join again? I know I joined it once, but
Yeah, the easiest way to do that is to right click on the tract layer on the left.
this one?
All the way on the left. In the table of contents, yeah, that panel.
Oh, okay.
And then, yeah, that one, right click and joins and relates. And let's remove all joins just to clear it out.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Now go back to that again and just add a join. Okay, now on your right, yeah. And then the input join field in this case is just going to be, well, it could be that one or the original, because they're both the same at this point. But well, actually, did we even make that equal to it? I don't remember. Let's just pick the first one, the GOID one, not the 2 one,
Okay.
but let's just see how that does. Yeah, that. And then the output, so the table, it already automatically picked the table, right? So yeah,
Yes.
we want to pick the GOID 2 because GOID is a number. It should probably just not even list that, but it does anyway. And let's see how that works. Okay. And it looks like it, well, let's scroll over. It looks like it's maybe null still. Just, yeah, scroll to the right in that table. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we didn't populate GOID. Yeah, see, it's all populated now.
Okay. It is.
So now you
all
have
the numbers
data.
are there.
Oh, sorry, what?
All the numbers are there. It doesn't say null anymore.
Yeah, and that was why.
Now I can pick any of these and I can make these part of my census tract, I guess it is.
Right, exactly. So you can symbolize each tract based on, these different demographics. Not sure what they are, but you do have, when you downloaded it, it came with another Excel table, that the metadata table, and it tells you what each one of those codes are. So you can kind of pick one and make your map, and you're done.
Okay. And just real quick, it's been a while since I did the north, south, and everything. I go up to labeling.
Actually, it's actually under the insert, but we want to insert a layout first, right? So yeah, go ahead and do that. And so new layout.
Okay, now I remember. I was messing with it the other day. Okay, well, at least I can get the north and south and all that on there, but.
Yeah, and it'll be, and once you make that layout,
Okay.
go ahead and let's step you through that and then.
Okay. Since it's Montana, don't you want to do landscape?
Most likely.
So would it be architectural B, C, or portrait?
Yeah, that's, well, not portrait, but yeah.
And C.
So right, a tabloid is 11 by 17 as opposed to an architectural, which is 12 by 18. So it's actually a little bit smaller size, yeah. So yeah, let's go with tabloid landscape since we're right there.
Okay.
Should work. Okay. Let's drag that layout into the right next to map. So click on the tab, the layout tab. Click and drag that guy up next to the map tab up top.
At the top, okay. Just let go.
Yeah.
Right.
That gives you a little more room. Either way. So now we see where it says map frame up in the ribbon upstairs there.
Map frame, yes.
So
whatever extent I need to do to
probably,
make it work.
yeah, we're gonna have to rezoom anyway. So I would just, yeah, you can either way, yeah. Okay, now you have to actually draw the frame, like where you want it and stuff. Yeah, just kind of cover the page. Give it some room for margins. Yep, just like that. Okay, that's probably not the zoom level or the coordinate system you want, right? So you can change those back in your map. But if you right click that map frame right now, you can activate. Yeah, go ahead. And then you can zoom in and pick a good zoom level that way, right? And once you're done, yeah, that was pretty good. And then see up at the top, it says layout map frame and the back arrow. You can just click on the back arrow down a little bit. Up a little, yeah, up. And see the left arrow there on the left there? Yeah, you can just go back to layout and that deactivates the frame, if you will.
Okay.
Now
So
when you zoom, you're just gonna zoom in and out of the paper rather than the data. See what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And now that you're in a layout view, your insert tab now has your north arrow, your scale bar, and that stuff.
All right. Yep, there they all are.
Yeah. There.
Sweet. All right, I feel a lot better now.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry it was frustrating. I know it can be and it is often. So thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying here. I guess the other thing, the digital chapter 7 map,
Uh-huh.
does it have to be a state or can it be a region or?
Yeah. In fact, if I go back to let me read that. Yeah, there's some global data. So you can do a country, you can do just a city, you know, you can pick any extent you want, in other words. Yeah.
Okay.